What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with another video. Ladies, I'm sorry I haven't put up a video in a few days. Like I said before, me and my wife, we purchased a new home, so we've been running around with doing that. I'm trying to get a price. I'm trying to have my basement finished so I can make them my own, my little bat cave. But anyway, I told you guys last year, for those who've been rocking out with my channel for a minute, that you know that I had a fire, and I said I hope to to buy a new home in a year. So hey, like I said, God is great, man. Now with that being said, get my hair out my face. There's some news regarding Nintendo's next generation console, the Nintendo NX, and I want to send it straight out to Crap Gamer. We had a debate on Big Gamer Small Talk podcast, and Crap Gamer was saying that when Nintendo releases their next generation console, the Nintendo NX, that is going to be on par with the PS4 and the Xbox One in terms of power. And to me, that didn't make any sense, because I'm thinking to myself, like, this will be their 9th generation offering. And I don't see Nintendo making the same mistake 2 generations in a row. They made that same mistake with the Wii U. They put out the Wii U and it was, basically on par with the 360 and the PS3. And you already had publishers like EA, Ubisoft, come out and said that this generation is not going to be that long, 5 to 6 years max. So if Nintendo were to put out the NX and is on par with the PS4 and the Xbox One, when the PS5 comes out and the Xbox Infinity, it'd be the same thing all over again with the Wii U. Wouldn't be able to get these multiplats, and or the big version of these multiplats. They would get the last generation version. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't, like I said, Nintendo's been in business for over 100 years. I didn't see them making that same mistake 2 generations in a row. And let me just be clear of this, for those you don't know, Nintendo has never been known for releasing anemic hardware. First time they did that was with the Wii, and then of course with the Wii U. But the GameCube was more powerful than the PS2. Then even the Nintendo 64 was more powerful than the PlayStation 1. But the problem was the Nintendo 64 took cartridges, and the PS1 took discs. So that was the name. But the 64 was more, was able to put some more polys in the actual PS1. Even the Super Nintendo was more powerful than the Genesis. Nintendo has never really been known for releasing anemic hardware. Just with the Wii, I guess, and the Wii U, but all the previous consoles have been, powerhouses. Now, with that being said, again, so there's something that hit the net. Like I said, I win, you lose. It says here, reports devs can suggest that Nintendo is likely more powerful than the PS4 and the Xbox One. It said one software demo included with the kit crunches so many polygons that it is currently impossible to run at 60 frames per second using a current generation Intel. We're assuming an AI Core 7 Skylake CPU and a nearly top-of-the-line graphics card. Damn, so that looks like Nintendo, like I said, the only way for this console was to be successful, honestly, was that it would have to outperform the PS4 and the Xbox One. And then it has to fall somewhere maybe in the middle, because once the PlayStation 5 comes out and the Xbox One, it's still going to have to keep, to keep up with them. Those are going to be Microsoft and Sony's 9th generation offerings. You know what I mean? It couldn't be barely on par. It has to be much more powerful than the PS4 and the Xbox One, because now they'll be making the same mistake all over again. Now, listen here. Now, Nintendo releasing a powerful console, kudos. I mean, most likely third party are going to get on board. And like I said, if I were to buy, only reason I will be interested in buying a Nintendo NX, and it has nothing to do with the powerful. I understand it's going to be more capable system than what's out right now, but they have to, stop being so strict and get with the times. You know what I mean? When I hop on the Nintendo NX, I don't want to feel like I'm taking a step back from what, you understand what I'm saying? Prime example, when I hopped on the Wii U, it felt like I was taking a step back. I couldn't do the basic things that I was usually doing on my PS3 and my 360. And it can't, for me, this is just for me now, it can't be the same way with the NX. I don't care how powerful it is, because I don't care for their first party game. I'm not a big Mario fan. I don't care for Metroid, F-Zero. I don't really care for any of those games, you know what I mean? So if I was to buy this console, this would be for third party support. Now, like I said the other day, it can't be like I'm taking a step back. So when I hop on Nintendo NX, I want to be able Twitch live stream from my console if I choose to. I want to be able to stream to, you know, to YouTube or whatever the case may be. You know, like they have to, Nintendo has to get with the times. You know, I want to be able to have party chats and, you know, game invites mandatory for every game. Like that has to be in place, you know what I mean? If not, I'm not buying it whatsoever. But also too, here's the thing now. Now it determines on how powerful this console is. This is what is going to force Microsoft and Sony hand. Because at minimum, it's like this console is going to be able to run every third-party multiplayer at 1080p, 60 frames a second. Now, you know this generation has been all about the quote-unquote resolution in the frames per second. So look, at minimum, you know what I mean, this console is going to be able to run, you know, all these multiplats at 1080p, 60 frames a second. Now imagine if it can do some games, you know, being honest, it doesn't take much to make maybe a Mario game in 4K, it's a 2D side scrolling, to make a Mario game in 4K resolution. That'd be a good selling point for Nintendo. You know, I can see Nintendo with the Wii U windows now. Oh shit, we got our games are in 4K and da 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 da. Now again, let me say this, again. All that's well and good. And kudos to Nintendo getting back on track and trying to compete with their competitors. You know, making Nintendo, you know, that's been their problem forever. They don't like to compete. You know what I mean? They refuse to compete. Even Iwata, God bless the dead, he said we don't do well at competing. I forgot what interview. Like, what the man, you don't do well with competing. You know what I mean? But again, they have to, you know, stop being so strict for this thing to be a success. You know, party invites and game invites, just the basic shit that we're doing. Just, you know, that we've been doing since the original Xbox. That's what I'm talking about. When I hopped on the Wii U, it can do the basic shit that I was doing on my original Xbox. You understand what I'm saying? Like voice chat mandatory in every game, game invites mandatory in every game. You know what I mean? You know, a leaderboard, just basic shit. You know, like this Nintendo NX is gonna have to have for me to purchase this. I don't care about how pretty Zelda is. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just being real. I don't care for Nintendo's a lot of their games. Like, their games have not evolved. They're the same thing. Like, none of their characters talk. Like, it's, you know, like I've been playing, the NES was my first console. You know what I mean? Link, none of the characters talk. Like, none of the characters have evolved. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. And if you like that, kudos to you. But I have no interest in that whatsoever. So it doesn't matter how powerful this console is. But if I was to spend my money on it, here's the thing. It's going to have to be able to do, like, the shit I'm doing this generation. I don't want to hop on the NX and feel like I'm taking a step back. You know? Twitching. Everybody's into Twitching now on live streaming. They should have an app right there on the dashboard. You know what I mean? If they don't have, you know what I mean? If they don't have, you know, well, they should have an app right there on the dashboard and being able to let you live stream straight to YouTube. Live stream straight to, you know, Twitch. This is what gamers are into this generation. You know what I mean? And like I said, Nintendo has to get with the times, you know. Now, this is rumored that this console is going to be a hybrid, a handheld, and a home console, dedicated home console, supposed to share the same, you know, software. You can, you know, handheld game, and, you know, to me, it sounds like a gimmick, you know. Like, I want a dedicated home console, you know. I don't, you know, that's just me. I don't particularly care for playing handhelds. I mean, I bought a Vita, it was cool, but that's not my thing. I don't care for, you know, I don't really care for handheld gaming, you know. Not knocking those that like it. That's just not my thing, you know. They need a basic controller, you know what I mean? You know, stop with a basic controller. It's, you know, that's, you know, if you want to get some of the consumers from Microsoft and from Sony, you know, basic controller. That's all. You know what I mean? If you, like I said, it's okay to cater to your fans, but you got to cater more to than just your fans. You know what I mean? You got to go after some of the Sony and the Microsoft. Stop. Why are you messing with that? Go sit down. You got to cater to what they're like. You know what I mean? You know, we like to play online. We like to talk to our friends. We like party chats. You know what I mean? And that's what Nintendo has to do for that console to be successful. It's okay to give your fans what they like also, but you also got to cater to other audience. You know what I mean? That kiddie shit, y'all got that on Smash. That whole family-friendly stuff, that's your thing. But you guys got to step out your box because, again, adults spend more on video games than actually children. Kids get games for their birthdays and for Christmas. Adults buy games all year long. You know what I mean?
Halloween.
See? You know, this is with kids, you know what I mean? You know, But exactly, so Nintendo, you know what I mean? That's what they have to realize, you know what I mean? Also, too, they got to get third party on board, you know what I mean? They got to get third party on board, you know, so they can be out there, you know what I mean? Because you can't successfully have a console for only exclusives. Because you get exclusive every 3 to 4 months. You get multiplats every Tuesday. So they got to repair the relationship with third party, you know, get third party on board and see what it is. But anyway, so it looks like right now for the power, give my car keys. What are you on? No, put my car keys down. So before I get out of here, so it looks like the Xbox, look, Maya, sit down. Looks like the Nintendo NX is going to be more powerful than the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Like I said it was, so I don't know. If you guys record, they made crap bet money on that or something. I think we might have better game or something. But it looks like it'll be more powerful. Minimum, be able to run, you know, games, probably most likely every game at 1080p, 60 frames a second. And that's going to really push Microsoft and Sony's hand. Like I said before, EA has said it, Ubisoft has said it, this generation right here, it's only going to be a 5 to 6 year generation. It's not going to be like what's last generation. That's unnatural, 8 or 9 years. I've been, like I said, the NES was my first console. I've been more or less gaming since then. I didn't have a Atari, didn't have a Coleco, but my first console was the NES. And every 5 to 6 years, you got new hardware. That's, you know, normal. Now, but I'm not saying this, that when the new consoles come out, the Xbox Infinity and the PlayStation 5, they're going to still support the PS4 and the Xbox One. And most likely, they're going to both still be x86 and they're going to be backwards compatible. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you interested in getting the Nintendo NX, being that it's more powerful than the PS4 or the Xbox One? Me, it doesn't determine how powerful the console is. My thing is, it can't be strict. They got to get with the times, you know what I mean? It's your boy Next Gen 720. I'm out of here. Bang, bang.